Ed coming Ed. Ed coming Ed on 2. Ed, you can tell Peter Bean we found them. All 7 are there and they are grazing towards Wagon Road.
Copy. I'll pass a message on.
South Africa, a wilderness of boundless space and eternal beauty. Lands where giants are kings and prides are the warriors. The endless haze of its savanna provides sustenance for wildlife to thrive. Revered in ancient African cultures, giraffes have been depicted in rock and cave paintings from 12,000 years ago. Even today, the world's tallest mammals have attracted tourists from across the world. Striding alongside these graceful giants are zebras. Their untamable wild nature makes them true stallions of the savanna. Over 70 species of antelopes roam the large continents of Africa, some of them found nowhere else in the world. With their astonishing horns and painted faces, sables are one of Africa's symbolic species. Ancient tribes believed that sables were the embodiment of yin and yang, once treated with such reverence that only kings were allowed to sit on their skins. But unfortunately, all has not been well for the sable. Within the past century, sables have had to endure immense challenges to survive. They once roamed freely in the savanna woodlands of southern and eastern Africa. In the 1930s, the population declined due to hunting, habitat loss, and successive drought. With just 800 remaining in the wild, they could only be saved with human intervention. In the year 2001, sable breeders, in cooperation with the Department of Nature Conservation, managed to stop the declining trend. Scotia, a private game reserve in the Eastern Cape, has been breeding sable since 2014. While many parks breed for profit, Scotia's aim is associated with the concept of life. Charles Dutoit, a field ranger at Scotia, has been monitoring the park's sable population since 2017. The park not only ensures unique game viewing experience, but also creates a natural and safe breeding space for the sable.
My name is Charles Dutoit. I'm a field guide at Scotia Safaris Private Game Reserve since 2017. Peter Bean, the owner of Scotia Safaris, have been passionate about conservation since 1982. For a sable on the auction was around about 27 million rand. And so it was not within his means to do that, what he was passionate about. And as you might know, private game reserves don't necessarily receive state funding. He had to first build up a foundation with other animals and generate capital from tourism. And then eventually, when the prices started coming down, he got about 5 females and 3 bulls. Last year we had a youngster and it pulled through, and now this year another one has been born about 2 months ago and still looking good.
Around 60,000 sable live in the wild today. However, poaching is still one of the main threats. Habitat loss and competition with other herbivores has made the current conservation of sables a lot more challenging. Unlike other antelopes, sable are selective feeders with limited home ranges, making them easy prey for lions and hyenas. To enable a safe space for sables to breed, Scotia had to separate them from other animals by deploying fences.
to prevent predation, we had to move them to a section where there's no lion and no hyena. They had to make sure that the sable will be an area where they can flourish in the absence of predators, and then also not too much competition from other herbivores.
Breeding programs have always been a topic of controversy. However, they have given researchers a deeper understanding of breeding ecology and ex situ conservation. Trading of sable among game reserves prevents inbreeding, supporting a healthy gene flow between subpopulations across the country.
For me, it's a striking animal. Everybody notices that, when you stop there and they go like, wow, that is beautiful. We know that the numbers have declined by about 71%. Cannot lose them. We've lost so many species. So it's one on the list that if we don't stop it now, why wait for it to get to the point where it's on the red data list?
As grazers and browsers, antelopes prevent overgrowth of vegetation in savanna habitats. A balanced prey and predator population sustains a healthy ecosystem. But given the declining trend of wildlife in the era of the Anthropocene, the question is, can the science of breeding programs help conserve species?